This is Pam from the Weed in My Garden, coming to you from my kitchen live in Fairhope, Alabama, where it is very hot, as you can probably tell from my physical appearance. I've been outside doing several things, but mostly I was making another video. And I wish that I'd had a videographer with me, not to do my video, but just to watch all the stupid things that I did. I lost my glasses twice. One time I had them on my head. The story goes on. That's what happens when you get to be my age. Nonetheless, I'm going to show you today how to make oil infusion from these beautiful guys, which are rose hips. Now, we don't really have them like this around here, but my daughter, Jessica, and my two grandchildren, Sarah and Adley, live in the Pacific Northwest. And when I visit them up there, I always covet them. So I called them and I said, hey, will y'all go pick me some? So they send me this big box. It's just beautiful. But what I wanted to show you before we start is the cards that they included. Okay, this is Sarah, who is 9. I love you, Grandma Mimi. Sarah, dear Mimi, I love you and miss you. You're the best. I wish I was with you right now. I hope we can come visit soon. I just started homeschool and I'm having so much fun. I wish that art class was every day. I miss you and love you, Sarah. Okay, and then she drew this cool little thing right here, which is Alligator Alley. And that's Sarah and myself and a big alligator in the back. Okay, elaborate card. My grandson, who is 12, his card looks like a Post-it note. And this is what made the whole box worth it. Hi, Grandma. I miss you so much. You are the best. I am not as good at drawing cards as Sarah, but she is very annoying. I love you. So that says a lot about the difference in boys and girls. I love being a grandma. Okay, so a cold infusion is basically where you're going to take whatever plant material that you have. In this case, I'm using these beautiful rose hips, but I have used other things in the past like arnica flowers. I use yarrow every year because it makes such a great salve. And you infuse them into some type of oil. Now there's a lot of different oils. They're called carrier oils. Me, I'm kind of an olive oil chick. I've always loved that anyway. But that's going to be for another day that we go into the different kinds of carrier oils and what's good for what. So today I'm just going to show you the basic principle on what to do, and it's like so easy. You take your big jar. You make sure it's very clean and very dry. Your enemy is moisture when you're doing fresh herbs, but I think these do better when they're not totally dry. So I'm going to dry these sort of infuse these in sort of a semi-dry state. And then you fill your jar up. Now, there are a couple things that you need to be aware of. It's like, over time, you need to be checking these. Oil can go rancid. One of the reasons why it would go rancid would be moisture. Another thing that can happen is if your plant material floats up above the oil line, that top of the area could mold, and that could cause it to go bad. So in this particular case, I think I'm going to put all of them in here. Because I have a big jar. All right, we're going to stop right there. Now at this point, we're going to pour the oil in. And there are a couple things that you need to make sure of. You need to make sure you get air bubbles out of it, and make sure that anything that's floating on the top goes underneath the level of the material. So I'm going to do that real quick. Can you see that? No, can't see that. I'll change our view a little bit here. There we go. So here's my industrial size olive oil. That's so beautiful when it goes in like that. Now, let me show you what you'll notice, what you'll see. Isn't that pretty? A little shake will move a lot of the bubbles and material like this up. When you're using fresh herbs or even dried herbs, you don't want to really scrunch them all down together into the bottom really hard. You want the oil to be able to circulate all around the plant material. But look what's happening on top. It is floating to the top. Okay, it doesn't matter how much oil that I put in it right now, it's going to float to the top. So what will happen is that these will begin to absorb the oil over the next 24 or 48 hours. And I'll check it again, and if it needs more oil, I'll top it off. But at first what I'm going to do is just let them absorb the oil. Here's two that I've already made. One of them is an arnica oil. It has yarrow and eucalyptus in it, so I've got 3 different kinds of plant material in it. And you can see that all the plant material is underneath the oil. I have what I have in here and the date on it. That's really critical because you'll forget, especially if you have a lot going. Now I've had this one going for months because I put the yarrow in the oil in the springtime. And then I drained that out, and when my eucalyptus was ready, I dried some of it and put it inside because I wanted it to have that smell. You can also buy fresh and dried herbs. There's a lot of different places to do that. One of my favorites is Mountain Rose herbs, and I just can't say enough about them. Rosemary, I forgot her name, I'm so old. Anyway, rosemary from Mountain Rose Herbs was pretty much my idol. I can't take that. Okay. I can't take that. Okay. I'm back. I'm sorry. I just had to laugh a little bit at myself. I mean, really, what are you going to do? If you don't have a good sense of humor about yourself, you're just going to be offended all the time. Anyway, it's Rosemary Gladstar, and it's really bad when you can't remember your idol. But she's the one, her book was the first herbal remedy book that I read, and she made it in such a simple and concise way that, you know, it really gave me confidence that I could do this. And I still refer to her books. You know, the whole goal that I have here is to give you the same confidence that she gave me, that you can take these things and you can make beautiful products out of them, natural products. All right, I really shouldn't touch anything. I turned the phone off. Yes, I'm using my phone. I do have a camera. Of course, it's not charged today, but I just, you know, trudged on through the storm. I was gonna make these videos today. It was on the calendar, and that's what I'm doing. Anyway, this is how you make the oil infusions. And we're gonna take this step, and we're going to get the oils, and then we're gonna take it to a different step, and that's making the lotions and the salves. And I think that's really fun because this is very simplistic, but something about making a salve is very magical. And besides that, it involves beeswax, you know. So I'm signing off today. Thank you for watching this video. Come back to my kitchen anytime in Fairhope, Alabama.